Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I wanted to show you how I just create more. So basically I'm just learning as I go and learning to use new features, and honestly it's great because I have a community of talented people who I see every day editing photos, who have helped me edit my own photos. But there's a saying that goes that, if you want something done the way you want it done, then you have to do it yourself. Or, if you want something done, you kind of have to do it yourself. And, I'm not saying that these artists, because that's what they are not doing things properly. It's just sometimes when you have a vision in your own head, you're the only one that knows how you envision things. So why not learn how to do things so that when you are creating something, you know how to do it your way and you can make yourself happy. This is exactly what I did. I decided that I was going to learn, as much as I appreciated all the work people did for me, I was going to learn how to edit myself, because if I want something done a certain way or I want a certain look on some of my photos, then I'm gonna have to learn how to do it myself. And that's what I've been doing lately. So I'm going to show you guys how to edit this photo specifically, and it's really easy to do. You can choose to have a blank blank background, or you can choose to have a background that has little prints on it and stuff like that, and then you can add your own things as well. I, for this photo, chose to have a background that's black, but I wanted like a cute little planet or like illustration behind her, so it didn't make it look too plain. So that's what I did. I just added one that was pre-made, and it made it easy for me. So the first thing I did is go into photos, and I chose my background. I was about to choose my cutout here, I think, and then I decided no, I have to go to the backgrounds first and work on that. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. And I accidentally did go on cutout, so now I realize that I actually have to go back and I have to choose like a different background. I don't know why I can't talk today, by the way. I don't know, like something's going on, but I already had the background there, so I just selected that. It's the cute little it's like a planet, like a solar system with like a little mountain there, which is really cute. I like that illustration, so I chose that. And then also I now selected my cutout of the girl who wanted her picture to be turned into a cartoon. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm just selecting any edges. And the great thing about her photo is that you don't have to really add a crown or anything like that. Usually I add crowns if like the head is cut off, which in a lot of my photos it is, or in a lot of people's photos it is, but for her it wasn't cut off. So that's great because it makes it really easy to edit. You don't have to add anything else. Sorry, that's my Poshmark. You don't have to add anything else to it. It makes it easy for you to just cartoonize the photo and then just add the drip effect after. So now I'm just worrying about like my placement and really where I want to place the photo. And now that I've done that, I'm just cleaning up any edges, not selecting them like I said I was before. I'm just cleaning them up because, I want the photo to look as clean as possible. And yeah, that's what we're doing right now. I'm just cleaning up and erasing any of the edges that I don't really want to show up in the photo. So I'm just looking at it now, getting an overview, and then I'm going to actually start cartoonizing the photo by going on effects shortly. And here we go. So the first effect that I'm going to use is HDR, because it actually hardens the lines and it makes the photo look sharper. That way when I actually go to cartoonize the photo, I have more clarity on the image and it's more sharp and it looks better as a cartoon, because you don't get certain things disappearing or lose accents on specific features. So that's why I wanted it this way. So now the first effect that I actually went into is Flora. And I'm just playing around with the lighting here pretty much. I usually neutralize my photos by pressing the three little dots on the side there, but this time I chose not to, just because of the nature of the photo. It's all black already, so I don't want to make the filter more neutral and then just have a boring ass illustration. I want it to look colorful because I want that contrast in this photo. So that's what I did. I played with the contrast here and I actually left it colorful like it was. And then we went into Badlands because Badlands makes it into more of a comic cartoon. I really like the effect that Badlands gives, so I always use that for my cartoons. It gives it more of like a painted vibe rather than like a sketchy vibe, you know. And then I'm just darkening or lightening it. I'm kind of torn in between darken or lighten, and I think here I chose to darken it because it's just gonna work better for specifically what I'm going for. So I'm just playing with the lighting again. This time I did kind of neutralize it by pressing the three little red dots and kind of blend all the colors together. But yes, that's Badlands. I really like this filter. I love this filter because it actually makes it look like a comic or like a painted cartoon rather than just a sketch. And then we go into, I think I went into Undead next. Yes, I went into Undead because Undead gives it like a sketchy feel, but at the same time, you can also choose to fade out some of the feature and make it more into like a painted type of thing, and it gives it more of a cartoon vibe, right? But all you have to do is basically just choose the lighting that you want and also the amount of opacity that you want on the photo. And for this specific photo, I faded it out quite a bit because I don't want it to look like a sketch again. I want it to look like it's painted, literally. So that's what we did, and I left it darkened because I do want some of those colors to pop and some of those lines to pop. And as you can see now, we have two lines on her cheeks, which it looks like she got hurt or something. And then I'm actually going to go back in and fix those after. So right now that's what I'm doing. I'm just playing with the filter to kind of see what I really want. And it's also showing you guys that it actually like can make it look rather like more like a sketch. So it's up to you what kind of effect you want on your photo. I did kind of want it to look like a cartoon, so I did go for a lighter one. I darkened it and then I went back in and I chose a lighter effect. And now I'm going into rainbow because rainbow makes it super colorful and fun. So now I'm just playing with the light on rainbow, and I do like to darken it, so I did darken rainbow. I wanted to darken the colors and make it look nicer. And I'm just going back in with another filter. I'm actually going to choose warm color because I like the effect and how it looks. So I was just playing around with all of them. I got distracted here. I was actually going to go back into, I think Flora it was, but I saw warm color and how it looks from afar, and I decided, okay, let's put that in there as well because I like the effect it has on it. So this one might look a little bit different from the original that I showed you guys, but that's because like sometimes as I'm going along, I like how something different looks better. And then I end up just using that as well. And then we went into pastel too, because I do like the way pastel looks, but the problem is sometimes it creates these weird dots that look like moles or something, and you have to really filter those out. So what I do with pastels, I usually just fade it out and lighten it a lot. So now I really like the way it looks. It gives it like a smoothed out feel and it looks more like a cartoon now. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just again playing with the placement of the cartoon and where I want her to be, because it's important. Is going to come across in your photo, and when you're cropping it, like you want it to be perfect. So I went into warm color again here actually, and I'm just filtering that out a little bit more, and now it looks more cartoonish the way I want it. It has the effect I want, and I like the contrast because we have an all black screen, so this makes it look more like fun and colorful, and it's like a youthful photo, which I'm a huge fan of. I love color, and I love like contrasts, and I don't know, I like colors. I just love colors. I like bold colors that people would never even think of using sometimes. But now what I'm doing is I'm going to my stickers, and I'm actually going to, I was going to add the drip effect, but I got sidetracked and I saw the eyelash, so I'm like, okay, let me add the eyelashes on here. And the reason I'm doing this is because sometimes certain features get lost in translation, and you want her to look like she's slaying, you know? So that's what I did. I just added some eyelashes to her. As you can see, the other ones are kind of like grayed out, so I did just add more lashes for her, and I love the way it looks here, so I decided to add another one. And I also have bottom lashes and stuff as well. I'm always prepared just in case, because sometimes when you cartoonize things, they get lost in translation. So this is what I'm doing right now, is I'm going back and I'm accentuating all her features, and I'm just trying to make it look as cartoonish as possible. And the best part about cartoonizing any photo is that you can make it look as outrageous or exaggerated as you want it to look. Like, it's really up to you. And if you especially wanted to look like beauty gurus and stuff like that, you kind of have to be extra. So this is what I'm doing right now, is I'm just adding the eyelashes, and I like the way they look, so I just ended up applying them here. And I'm just playing with the placement by just using the rotational tool, the little circle that's going, is that clockwise or counterclockwise? I'm so bad at directions. Anyway, I'm just using the little rotational tool to kind of play around with the feature because I want it to look natural. And then here I was just scrolling through to see if there's anything else I wanted to add, but I just decided to go with my drip effect that I was originally looking for. And I thought I almost applied it here, so I had a mini heart attack, but turns out I didn't. So I'm thankful for that. That's my boy sending me a message. He's actually a really close friend. I've known him since forever. Well, since last year actually, but it feels like since forever because we've gone through a lot together. And he's been with me through thick and thin. So, yeah. But now I'm just adding the drip effect. And as you can see, there's some lines there I don't really want. I accidentally like painted it over, even though I was trying to erase it to make it look more black. And then when I went to paint, it didn't really do anything. So I just decided, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to extend it. And then I'm going to go into draw. So I apply that, and then I just go into draw. As you can see, it's already taking shape, but we went into draw, and what I did was select a brush, a thicker brush, and then what I also did was go into the colors because I want to make sure it's on black. So I selected the black one, and then I just drew over the lines that I didn't really want, because again, I just like I'm a perfectionist and I want it. But then at the same time, I decided that the other side where it looks like it's going over the little trees, the actual illustration in the background, I just left it there, sorry, because it kind of adds, like, I don't know, it just adds an effect to me and it looks kind of cool. But yeah, so that was pretty much it. Like, that's just how you edit. And then I add my name somewhere on there because I don't want people thieving my work. That I actually work really hard to do sometimes. It takes like an hour to edit this stuff, so I don't want anyone taking my stuff. Like, there's been some assholes in some groups that have like tried to take my work and just copy and paste stuff over it or whatever. So like, honestly, you want to do it, that's fine. I can play those games too because I can do it 10 times better, but don't steal my work and then make it seem like it's so easy to do when it's really not. Some of this stuff takes a while, like the illustrations and stuff like that do take a while sometimes because, like I said, I'm a perfectionist. So yes, I can do it in like 5 minutes, but at the same time, why would I do it in 5 minutes when I can produce a better quality piece in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour sometimes, depending on everything I have to do around me. So yeah, that's what I did, is I just decided to start making tutorials to show that this is my work, this is how I do my illustrations, how I do my cartoons, and just to show like this is how I craft my things. And now I'm just going in and I'm showing you guys that after you add your little signature, I just added mine. My nickname is Sarita, so that's what I use on everything. So that's what I use for my signature as well. And now what I'm doing is I'm adding like a little, I was trying to add a galaxy effect, but it didn't really work. So now what I'm doing is I'm just coloring everything, and it does kind of look cool, but at the same time, that's not really what I was going for in this image. I could have left it like that, but like, I don't know. It just felt like it was too much with all the colors and stuff like that. Like it felt like it was a lot. So I decided not to go through with it. I was about to erase it, and then I realized like it leaves a whole big patch like that's weird and not even blended. So I just decided to apply it and then just discard or undo the entire thing. So now what I'm doing is I'm actually I just zoomed in because I'm about to crop it. I was about to save it, and then I realized no, I'd rather crop it because I'm gonna go in and I'm also gonna do a animation. I'm gonna make her blink and stuff, and then sometimes what happens when you animate things is that they actually end up looking really weird. I don't know, I can't really explain it. Like it looks just strange. But yeah, usually it looks like you have this big space where there shouldn't really be any space because it's a video, but whatever. So I didn't want that, so I was pretty much just cropping it here in this part. And I also removed the lines like I promised because I don't like the way they look. She looks like she got wounded or something. So now what we're doing is we are cropping the image to where we want it to go, and I do want it to be smaller because keep in mind when somebody posts it on their Instagram, it's going to be like a little square or whatever, and I want the full image to be able to show on their video or on their post, even when you're just looking at their wall and you haven't actually clicked the post to actually go into it. So I'm saving the photo now because again, I'm going to upload it to my little animation studio. It's called Motion Portrait. So I went into Motion Portrait, I selected the photo that I want to animate, and what I'm doing now is pressing OK, and I'm fixing the eye positions and everything because I want it to look proper. So what I'm doing is actually making the eye like smaller to fit her eyes, her eye shape, and I'm kind of like rotating it so that it's inwards for the right eye, and I'm gonna do the same thing for the left eye and also make it a little bit bigger because it was way too small. So I want to fix it because if we're gonna make her blink, we want her to look like she's blinking properly. We don't want anything weird really going on. Same thing with her mouth position. You want to make sure that she looks that her mouth position is proper, otherwise it's gonna look weird. And it does kind of look weird right now, but I still kind of like it. I tried to make her smile and it made her mouth so big. So yeah, that's how you animate it. It automatically animates it for you. It has like different emotions you can give them. And I just save it, and then now you can do whatever. You can post it somewhere, or yeah. So that's pretty much how you do it. On this part, I was going to actually start my own selfie that I did, but then I decided not to. So I'm gonna end the video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will catch you in the next one. I hope that all of you enjoyed this tutorial. I will be making another one with my own personal photo. As you can see right now, I put it up there for you guys. I'll be showing you how to make that and more is coming. But this next little message is to people really who just want to sit around all day and talk shit. So I hope you enjoy. Take care.
Dear God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. In the words of the Son of God, forgive them, Father, for they not know what they do. I yield my sword of light, and know that no weapon shall prosper against me. I send love to my enemies, and hope that they prosper. You cannot hurt me. I can only be healed. Guíame, maferifuña maya. Protecta mi madre de todo el malo en el mundo. Y háceme las bendiciones de tu Ashe. Asheo, Asheiri.